How's everyone doing on this beautiful Sunday? I'm here at home, just getting up. Well, I got up a little while ago, but I was in bed and I was talking to a friend for a minute on the phone. But now that I'm up and back home, because I've been in the city for a few days in Barranquilla, getting my daughters off out of Colombia, so now I am alone. Wild woman really in the wild. No, but seriously, this was one of the most challenging weeks of my life in a long time. All the things that popped off, my middle daughter deciding that she did not want to go back to the States. She just loved her life here. You can say the freedom she enjoys and, the naturalness, I would say. That's what I love as well. So, let's see. This is where I live at. This is where I live at and where you can say, create at. So this is primarily the dining and kitchen area, one of them. Friends gather, meetings, conversations. It's a little bit of a mess right now because I'm renovating and, getting the house ready and really designing to welcome more guests in the level of welcoming that I want to do. So this is the temple and meditation space. So in here it's really nice because it's that circular natural architecture in here, sacred geometry, you can say. And it's very cool in here the way it's built. So this is one of the coolest places naturally. It's really nice and refreshing in here. So I got my table here because I do body work and ceremony, and also opening the space for other practitioners to do the same and offer their gifts. So normally you can find me down here like on a daily basis, like meditation, chilling out here, reading and working and co-working here as well. And then this is the garden space. So I just had a little gathering with some dear women to me last night. So we were out here having a good time. We had tea, we had the copal and the frankincense and myrrh going, and a real nice vibe. It was very impromptu because I was chilling, in town with my friend Ayomide and talking to her. And I was like, yeah, I really want to get this space going to do more things here and more gatherings. And I was like, shit, what are we doing tonight? We were trying to figure out what we're doing. And I'm like, well, you know what? Let's do something tonight. Let's just pull it together. And that's what I did. I sent out texts to a few friends. And, one or two or three, a few, we were here all together and had a beautiful night. And then there was also music last night. Oh, they had a big sound system. They was going till, I don't know what time. But even though that was going on, we still were able, and it was the magic of it. Like the music was going. We had different moments where we tapped into the music because it came, a vibe came on, but we also had our own instruments and we're locked into our own connection and frequency. And, just playing our own rhythm and connecting in the group. And what's so beautiful is that yesterday is known as the day out of time. So in the 13 moon, 28 day, months, or lunar months, that equals to 254. I don't know. And it adds up. So yeah, 356 days is that 1 year, but 354 is 13 times 28. And then you have this extra day that makes it 356 the whole solar year. So it's this lunar clock, but it's also a way to track the solar year. So it's beautiful as I was contemplating that. And, so it represents the end of a cycle. So in this system that was synthesized, today is kind of like a new year. Oh, because as well, on that 356th day, the day out of time, it's when the star Sirius rises with the sun. So it's this cosmological event that was even recorded in ancient Egypt, and the Dogons, our ancestors, if you, they had those connections, those cosmic connections before there were instruments to actually track and measure where the stars are, so I say all that to say is that today is a beautiful day energetically, and at the merger of so many different systems. Today is a beautiful reset and new year on different levels. So I forgot I was live on school as well. All right, I was getting so I had a reason why I really went live today. You always have a reason. But as I was here and I felt to go live because I'm actually about to do my workout, but as I'm working out, I want to share and build and talk with you and share my vision and intention as I'm planting my seeds in this energetic cosmic new year, and that is to build more community. Okay, I did get my tea. The tea's here, so I can go back on the other side. So to build ends light, it's to build community, so I'm putting that call out there by broadcasting and utilizing this technology in this age of Aquarius. Use it for liberation instead of our enslavement, because it's so easy to get on here and start scrolling and you get lost in whatever story that you're locked into. So we have to be conscious of where we're placing our attention, because that will then inform our attention and what we're creating. So I need a cup. So yeah, we are building, you can say regenerating the matrifocal ways of living and being, and that is communal and coming together. This has always been known, our nervous system, and as humans we evolved and grew in some form or type of community. Because if you were trying to make it on your own, you were fucking dead. Unless you were I guess maybe really skilled in that. But nah, everyone understood that being in community made people more stronger and resilient. So that community is our immunity, and we have to build it in the ways that we can. And we have this technology to be able to do it. So when I decided I wanted to build community, I knew I had this platform to be able to utilize it. But it's also challenging because I put a lot of time and effort into it, sometimes more than others, because sometimes I have to step away from it because it does require so much. And, the algorithms and maintaining it. And then sometimes I'm like, people are not really that engaged. I want to move beyond fucking talking about shit and let's do something. And that is my vision behind Revive and building community. Because even though we're far apart or at very distance, we can find a way to bring our resources together and acquire land and create. This is how we do it, not by just sitting on these devices and commenting and shit. I'm building community so I can find my people. And I'm being told that we can all do that and be able to use this technology in a conscious way by fucking tapping into your gifts and focusing on you and doing the inner work so that you can become who you're meant to be, and living in that authenticity and using the technology, the Aquarian age technology, to broadcast your frequency This is the highest level of like, like change that you can do right now is being your authentic self. And that authentic self is rooted in love, knowing who you are. And the word last night that kept coming up is in Lakesh Alakim. I am another, you are another myself. So that's a level of oneness and harmony that is being pointed to. And we're not going to be, we got to like unify on different levels and be able to stretch ourselves beyond our comfort zones and get out of the habit of being ourselves. That's something that changed my life. From many things changed my life, but moving from mentalizing and talking about it, being inspired and actually doing something. And that is, in a way, how this masculine and feminine imbalance can occur. The masculine is doing way too fucking much for way too long, the dysfunctional masculine on the planet. And then the feminine has been suppressed, but it's in a way like we tap into it spiritually. That is the feminine essence, the spiritual expansion and all these energies that you feel of creation. But then you have to take that feminine energy of creation and actualize that in the physical world by taking action. And that's the marriage of the masculine and feminine. And by the way, I wrote a book called Heroes Gamos not too long ago. And I really want to share it with more of you. And it talks about this Heroes Gamos, so the sacred union within yourself, before you can say really actualize it. So when you start to knowing that duality within you and understanding that it's like the two sides of the same coin and knowing how to work with this energy, you can become and actualize your wholeness because you're already whole. It's just a perception of all the things that you have picked up in your life, the limiting beliefs, the fears, the doubts, whatever is standing in the way, being able to let go of that and walk in your beautiful cosmic divine self. This is the process of coming to life, being reborn. And it involves death, dying to a lot of things and ways and beliefs that are not really you, but you have picked up in this life. And because we grow, a lot of us grow without true community and having real elders to like school us and initiate us, we lose so much of that and have to gain it back through like some motherfucking hard experiences, Because I didn't learn this shit by like having an easy life. It was definitely struggle and learning how to be resilient. And it's been such a gift because it has pushed me to step out of my comfort zone and find the tools and the things to orient and make my way through. And not just survive, but actually thrive and actualize what? All that I visualize. Ooh. And for me, it's been a constant process of death and rebirth. Change is the only thing that's constant. And when I realized that, like, I'm always changing and growing by the nature of who I am and my level of curiosity, and when I reached a point in my just journey and growth of connection and devotion to this path and to really embodying love and really knowing who I am outside of the conditioning and the programming, connect to that true self, and let that love guide the way. So that's all we're here to do. And for the ones of us that live that and embody it and are able to utilize technology to broadcast that vibration and transmission to inspire others to do the same, this is the transformation that that will really spark that collective rebirth, So this is what Revive is about in this community that I'm building. So damn, as I'm here, right? I just entered my Saturn period. So in this ancient divination cosmological system that I'm a student in, it talks about the year being divided in 7 52-day periods based on each period is a planet. So the first 52 days from your birthday, then 52 days, that's your Mercury period. So it's usually a period good for communication and, things like that. And it comes up in different ways. Then it's like your Venus period. You go into your Mars period. You go into your Jupiter period. And now I'm in my Saturn period. So this week has been one of the most challenging weeks that I've gone through in a long time on so many different levels. It has brought up so much like intergenerational stuff with my daughter. By the way, my daughter's left yesterday, so I'm here in Colombia without my girls right now so that I can have some time for myself, to, just pour into myself and to rebalance and to focus on me and get into, embodying higher levels of mastery. Right now I'm in my my Saturn period. So it's all about really discipline and in a way hard work and focusing on what it is that I want to manifest. And that is community, that is more abundance, that is more sharing my gifts and being of service. Like I'm in my error, like I know what time it is. And sometimes, so often, being a single mother and not having adequate support and community, it requires for us to like hold and do a lot. And my energy has been like very like scattered all these years because it's like, but I want to actually, I do want to give thanks and gratitude because even in that, in different ways, I have been supported always by my family, by my mother especially. We might not agree on everything. She definitely probably stayed up a bunch of nights worried about me because of my own choices. And it just really gave me a deeper appreciation for my mother, going through all these things and how she's always been there for me. Even in going through whatever she's going through, she'd be holding space for all of us. And I'm like, damn, isn't that the metaphor of our time? Really, the feminine holding a lot of space and showing up in community and unpaid labor and holding things together, and it's time to like change that and bring in more balance and support. And maybe, if y'all men don't want to get right, you can see that the women are rising and coming together and gathering and revillaging. So the matriarchy is not like women ruling and without men. It's actually calling for and requiring men to step up at a higher level, or else we're not fucking with you. You can't get into the village. You understand? We're going to have the homie women king type warrior goddesses that's going to be at the gate, and they're going to kick the fuck out of you because they're going to read your whole energy and vibration and know that you're not in alignment. If you're not protecting and honoring the feminine in this time as we move forward, you're going to be taken out. You're going to be taken out. It's going to happen. Your own karma as we move forward, things are speeding up. So if you want to really come in, man, you gotta repent and come back to the original religion, which was the goddess, the honoring of the feminine, the portal of life. I mean, everything in nature and in biology is for the preservation of life and the continuation of a species. So fucking in nature, you see the animals. I'm really into nature and animals and stuff like that. And I learned a lot from observing and looking at nature and interacting with nature. And in nature, you see that it is the males who are putting on a show to impress and be worthy of a mate. You know, they put on this whole show. They understand, like, all right? So I'm calling for the men to rise up and lock in. And that's going to call for you to have a level of discipline, especially with your sexual energy, and not just seeing women as an object to be used for your own, you know, satisfaction and pleasure. Because so many, so many men have a deep emptiness within them, and they utilize the feminine through sex to fill themselves up, but it's never enough. You get a little bit, you want more and more and more, because that work was never external and sourcing that energy from anyone else. And this goes for all relationships. It's something I've been taught, like, yeah, you're gonna be around, you're gonna add to my happiness and my growth and elevation, and there will be challenges, right? There's always challenges in life. It's like a guarantee, but it's how you respond and how you grow from those challenges. So like I said, I am really devoting these next 52 days. It don't gotta be nothing crazy. This next 52 days, I'm in my Saturn period to really lock in, you know, and really stream more and call y'all into the community so that we can build. And that building and attaining self-mastery, self-actualization, and enlightenment requires that beautiful marriage of the masculine and feminine within ourselves. And that's requirement is on every level. Physical. So I had times where I was doing a lot of meditation, a lot of reading, hours of meditation and practice. And then I had, like I said, other times of a lot of movement, you know, changing, but to be able to find that balance. And that's the importance of having a home and really grounding on another level, creating that stability in the lower 3 chakras so you can move outside of survival and have that time to focus and come into the higher centers. So the system knows that if you're always busy, you're always in survival, you don't have time for what truly matters, you're going to be dysregulated. So I've always valued my time. Having my time is the most valuable thing to me. To be able to wake up and do what I want. So when I was 21, after the death of my first daughter, I decided, like, I ain't want to work for nobody. If I have children again, I don't want them to go to school and someone else raising them. I wanted freedom of my time. And I made that decision, prayer, request, demand to God and the universe to, like, make that happen somehow. So that I could have time to really go within, even while being a mother and raising my daughters and the demand that takes, but also dedicating the time to study and practice and self-actualization. And then to be able to share that with others, to walk in purpose, walk in truth, walk in love. Let's see. Peace and love, peace and love. Let me share y'all this link, because as I'm here talking, like I said, my biggest intention right now is to grow this community and to help other people also get into that level of alignment and self-discipline to be able to actualize and realize how to open that first eye. So I've learned, oh my, over these last 20 years, I've done a lot. I've studied, I've traveled, I've done a whole lot, even with my 3 daughters. And that called for me to lock in on another level, and to be really precise, even still, not having perfection, but fucking having that energy to know like, this gotta work out, it's gonna work out. And having that level of faith and trust in myself, in the universe, in God, in my ancestors, to know that, a way will always be made. And having that mindset is so important. And this is where these spiritual practices come in, not just reading books and having information. Like I went through years of just having information and learning, remembering, because everything that I was driven to tap into and learn was just like a soul impulse or inclination. So I just followed that. I followed that guidance. And it just went from here to there and led me to right where I am right here. So that's talking about embodying a certain level of trust. And like I was telling my sister friend the other day, trust is developed one small act of courage at a time. Practicing it, starting with small things, and then building up that level of trust within yourself and your ability to thrive and create and make, decisions. But like I said, it's always been the practices that have gotten me through the tough times and having a certain mindset. So I'm here to be one of many living examples, way showers of, wow, this is so beautiful. So I'm looking at this spider web now, and it's like multi-layered. Let's see. There's one spider. There's a second. There's the third. So it's like this multi-layer kind of web. It's kind of hard to see. Yeah, it's hard to see from the phone. All right, so yeah. If y'all want to lock in, let's lock in. These next 52 days, join my community, join like now, and I am doing my workouts, I'm sharing, I'll be teaching meditation and really going live on a daily basis and showing y'all how I live and inspire you to, connect and build community as well. And that community is building twofold. That regeneration is happening internally and externally. So as we grow and build and rebirth ourselves internally, that is going to take place in the external world as well. As within, so without. So we can catalyze this process, this beautiful rebirth that is happening. And that rebirth requires the death and falling away first, but it can happen at the same time. So as one old system is dying, we can let it die and focus our energies on what we want to build and create those alternative systems that are actually more original and rooted in truth and love and harmony in the principles of, in alignment and harmony with the earth, the ecosystem, reciprocity and integrity, freedom, cooperation. All right, I didn't want to talk too much because I said I was going to do my practice, and I want to invite y'all to do my practice with me. And the beautiful thing I've learned about movement, because I've studied so many different types of movement and different healing modalities, it's like having a good toolkit. Like a carpenter or a person, you know, that works with their hands, they have like a little tool belt and they can just pull out what they need. That's how I would say it's been my last 20 years of like learning and remembering and reconnecting and practicing these different things. It was like a Sankofa journey, you know, to reach back, reach within, reach above, reach below, and to reconnect and remember these different practices and gifts. And it's all really a way to clear your channel. And then you live in that more spontaneity where you're able to be in the moment and present and consciously creating from that grounded place of truth, of love, of harmony. Because far too often we're not really present. We're in the past, we're in the future, we're in this with me. And it's simply to listen to your body and move. You can follow what I'm doing, or you can also, the primary practice is the breath. Inhaling and exhaling consciously. And from there, you can just start moving. I was looking for my tripod, but I haven't seen it in over a week. So let me grab a chair and set this up. So, you know, DMT, which is you know, aside from DMT relating to the beautiful plant medicine, I posted a video the other day and my DMT buddy, Colin, or Carl, he commented like dance movement therapy, DMT. I was like, yes. So we've always, you know, had, if you look around the world, so many places in the world, there's always that movement, that dance, the circle. So one of the systems I learned is capoeira. And at one point I was really training a lot and on a daily basis. It's actually how I met my youngest daughter's father. So I've trained a lot of hours. Now I don't train as much as I'd like to, because that's a desire of mine. Maybe to start a capoeira circle or find a capoeira buddy I can train with, because capoeira works the whole body, the mind. All right, so I'm gonna invite y'all to move with me. You can start with the basic Jenga. That's not gonna work. You need something heavier like this teapot. Va viola. Oh, I need a tripod again. So you can do Jenga with me. So just stand and stretch the body first. And remember, focus on the breath. Focus on the breath. So maybe you can't reach all the way down, so you hold on right here or even here. But if it's in your practice, hand on the ground, and then you can even bring drop it down a little bit. You see that hand is in my hip crease here. So the most important thing is to listen to your body. I used to go to yoga classes. Every now and again I still do. But I love the practice of having my own practice and connection to my body where I can move and listen. So at a certain point when I was going to yoga classes and I'd be in a pose and they're directing the class, I didn't want to be rude, but then I just started to listen to my body. You know, maybe they led me into one practice and then my body wanted me to be there longer or to modify it or do something else. So I started listening to my body. All right, I have this hand down, right? So now this side, you can start here. See if I can get my feet flat. So one powerful way to really expand the self is through the gate of the physical vehicle, the physical body, by movement and practice, creating more homeostasis and balance in the system. You begin to just open up. So now this is the opposite side. Remember, your hand can be here or here. So inhale up, reach back. Exhale, reach forward. Remember here, here, or here. And if it's in your practice, you can bring this hand behind, see it over here, in that hip crease, and come down more. Look back over that shoulder. Vomi bora frangola. Vomi bora. All right, now that you have a nice good stretch, and look at me, y'all. So the basic jinga of capoeira is that you have the left and the right kind of in line with your hips. You don't want to be too wide unless you're doing like something to be, you know, but you don't want to be too wide. Hips, right? And it's simply back. You're on those toes so that you can move back, forward, back. And you just move with it, and then you bring the arms in. Left, right. Engaging your core. You can get down. So from this one movement, the jinga is the foundation of capoeira. You can do a lot of movements from here. So breathing is the most important thing. So the jinga, you have so many variations of jinga. You can put your own sauce on it. Woo. So this is the beauty of movement. It's all types of movement. This one's gonna pump your lymphatic system, build bone density and strength. And it's also not heavy on the knees. Woo. So who's on here with me? Are you moving? So this is after 4 babies. Shit, a lot of stress, cortisol, emotional eating. I used to love sweets, but now I am no longer held, and it feels good, because even though I'm like about to be 40 this year, I have more energy. I feel the best I've felt in my life, you know, to have energy, to have purpose, to have direction. And I don't know everything, but what I do know is everything is going to be all right. Everything is always all right. It always works out. Sometimes just in the moment, we don't see it. And the beauty of being on this path, you know, of self-mastery and healing and getting the tools so that I can move through these windows of transformation and death and rebirth a little bit more grounded, you know, because I often think about, you know, my parents not having the tools and the skills that I have, you know, but they paved the way on a certain level for me to get there. Just like I'm trying to pave the way and, you know, improve the lives of my children and everyone I'm connected to. So we do that the best by helping others, by really helping ourselves, taking care of yourself, you know, being spiritual, not spiritual, being selfish, but on a higher level inside of it. By deeply nourishing and taking care of yourself, you can better maintain balance and alignment. And in that process, being able to be there for other people. So I love and miss the gym, but I also really love the free movement and really training a range of motion or a movement pattern, you know, so being able to train not only for strength, but mobility, you know, you can say as we, you know, turn more grape into wine, as we age, or accumulate more years on this, you know, in this particular vehicle that we have, it doesn't mean that we need to suffer. All right. So if this is in your range of motion, or if you want to try it, you can also put your hand down. Yeah, mere, yeah, viva meu Deus, camarada. Poco loco, camarada. That transition, step back. Try to straighten that front knee. Bring your head to the knee or ankle. Knee, yeah. You can even bring that back leg in more. And play with it. So if y'all lock in with me over these next 52 days, and today is the beginning of this, you can say, cosmic new year. I came on earlier talking about yesterday being the day out of time. Look up the day out of time. I'm not going to go over it again, but the basic math is 13 times 28. 13 lunar cycles, 13 months of 28 days. That is the lunar calendar, but it also corresponds and kind of tracks, you can say, solar time as well. And that 13 times 28 is 354, and that one extra day gives us 365 to make that solar year. So yesterday was that one day at a time, and today you can say is the beginning of a new cycle and a new year, which corresponds with the rising of Sirius with the sun. That happens this time every year. So this is a good time to clarify. Well, first, to review, maybe look back at this last cycle or chapter that you were in, and just reviewing and seeing what is active for you and what you need to let go of and compost so it can be fertilizer for the seeds that you're going to plant right now today, moving forward. And then aligning those thoughts, those goals, those desires with action, daily action that's going to help you to align and become the person that is able to create and magnetize those desires and goals that you have. Can I get an amen? So this is what I'm doing for the next 52 days, really locking in as I'm in my Saturn period. And if you want to know about these periods that I'm talking about and how this ancient system called Cards of Your Destiny system is such a powerful tool to gain more awareness, to know more of who you are and find a level of direction, more ease and trust in your path, you can join the Revive community where I'll be sharing more and more, and you can utilize this knowledge, these knowledge systems and tools to remember who you are as a divine, powerful, creative being, and then to magnetize and connect to your soul tribe and create a more beautiful and powerful experience on this planet while you're here and alive. We all have this opportunity in this now moment to be on this planet. There's never been a time like now. And we're all being called, if you're feeling that discontentment, that whatever, you're being called to clarify what it is that you desire. but to also even move beyond yourself and your own personal desires, and to look at how you can be of service to the collective and creating more balance and harmony, more love and liberation and peace upon this planet. We owe it to the planet, we owe it to our children, we owe it to our ancestors, those that will come after us, you know. So there's a teaching that we're borrowing this planet from future generations. If we looked at it like that, borrowing this planet from future generations, how would we change our actions to be good stewards and leave? You know, I always like have this philosophy that I live by. Anytime I go to a friend's house and I stay there, you know, I try to like leave it better than I found it and to contribute in some way. You know, like I've gone and really fucking organized and decluttered friends' houses and deep cleaned. You know, I don't know, acts of service is a thing for me. Yeah, acts of service. So the greatest act of service that I can do right now is tapping in and loving myself and offering that love to the planet through those acts of aligned action and service. So this is how we can do that, and in a way, let's say monetize and create from that space of being of service, because the more that you tap into your gifts and you offer that in love and alignment, the universe wants you to be abundant. You know what I mean? You're made to be abundant. So the more that we can tap in and actualize and create from that space of love and service, and not just from fear and survival, we'll be able to create more abundance and more impact, positive impact on the planet. Just stretching a little bit. Ooh. I needed to do some upper body and stuff. This has all been lower body and conditioning and stuff. Let's see what I can do. So I have this thing called a TRX. It's amazing because you can do all kind of stuff on it. You know, it's like calisthenics and body weight. You can make it harder by stepping in more. Like the possibility and range of movement with this is amazing. Some chest rolls. Make it a little harder. Upper body, right? Upper body. So I hope y'all taking this time to do some kind of movement or practice. I don't even know who's on here. But DMT, dance music therapy. Join and do more DMT with me. Whether online or otherwise. Yes, I'm feeling good. I was away for a few days since Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday was the last day. Actually, Wednesday I didn't work out. But I was traveling Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I got back like last night. So this is my first day back to more intentionally working out. And like I said, I enjoy movement at home more so than being in a gym or with other people. Like a public, gym like that. I actually want to get a few more of these, maybe like 3 or 4 more, and put them up around here. And I might start doing movement classes, a mix of capoeira, calisthenics, stretch, and yoga. Would you want to do that with me? Yes, I do not shave. I've been on a journey of embracing myself. Yeah. No shame to anyone that, shaves and... So I'm about to finish my workout and continue my day. I'm so grateful, so grateful for many things. To have this time for myself especially, and then have the support with my daughters, from my mother and my amazing friends. Shout out to Gerald, picking them up at the airport and driving them to Philly. Sarah and everyone else that has supported. Heidi, Tamara. So many of y'all that show support. I'm grateful because it helps me to continue to have this freedom and time to dedicate to creating and offering, building community in many different ways. So let's build. Let's build. Get my newest book, and it's a workbook too because it has practices, reflections, and prompts within it. So it's not just passively reading, but inviting you to, reflect and embody some of the things that you've read in the book. So if you're a woman, you want to come and lock in with me here in Colombia for a week or 2 or 3 or even a month, send me a message. I have this, I showed you part of my space. I showed y'all the temple earlier. one of the kitchens and co-working space. The yard here. This is another little outdoor area where I work out, do different things here. We had a little fire last night. But upstairs in this tree house here, I have 3 rooms that I welcome women to come to connect in nature, to connect and do movement and, you know, build, nourish. So if you're wanting to do that or curious about it, send me a message or click the link in my bio to my link tree, and you can see my book there, my offerings, and ways that you can support the vision and mission and what I'm building. You know, regenerating community, ecology, including, you know, the ecosystem internally and externally. And doing it together. All right, so I think I'm gonna do some painting today, and I also want to get to the river. I want to get to the beach. Well, maybe I can get to the river and the beach if I go to the right spot, to the Desembarcadora today. Oh, that's why. There we go. There we go. My dog Mila. And I definitely want to chill in this hammock today because, baby, it has been a challenging week. That's pushed me to grow, definitely. But while I'm also heavy on creation and action, I'm deeply also about regenerating and resting. So believe me, you see me working out and doing other things, and I'm also deeply resting and spending time in nature and relaxing and, you know, calling in greater levels of embodiment, love and presence, and definitely more pleasure. Because I did sign up for this ride to be a little pleasureful. Nobody says you got to suffer. The Buddha says suffering is optional. Yeah, so it's a process, you know, to learn. To be able to learn how we cause we amplify and create more suffering just through the mind and our perspective and our patterns and our attachments. So I'm grateful for the challenges that help me to see myself better and have greater awareness. Believe me, it's not easy. It's not always cupcakes and roses, but it makes me even more grateful and more appreciative of the times where things are more effortless and flowing, you know, getting that good karma from past action and effort and alignment. So as I'm learning and moving forward, it's like, to how can we embody gratitude through all of it, the different seasons and things, when things are going good, when things are going bad, being able to maintain that equanimity, because ultimately we have life, we're still here, we have an opportunity, as I said, to change. Things are constantly changing and shifting. So it's how we're being inside of those shifts that really determine how the shift shifts, right? Yes. How the shift shifts. Vamos, Señor, camarada. Yeah, Amalanga, camarada. I love singing, and what I love about capoeira is this deeper singing that's so ancestral and connected to the earth. So it's a very good tone and pitch for me. It's very powerful, you know? Yeah, All right, y'all, I'm getting off of here. Having some of this nice tea we had around the fire last night as well. Ginger, cinnamon, and this local plant called Planto Livio or Cure-All, Heal-All. So I just made some tea, sin azúcar, no sugar. And then, oh, it's Sunday. What do I want to do? I want to nourish myself today. Sunday is always the day where I'm also doing things around the house. It's my Saturn day as well, where I'm doing more things, but maybe I can nourish myself on the first half of the day and then move into some creation and some stuff that I want to do around the house. I got to remember to take video as I'm like shifting and changing the space, you know, so that y'all can see my design skills and how things evolve and grow. But what I am really excited about is, you know, stewarding and getting land, like acres and acres and acres and acres of land, and really creating the village and building community, regenerative community that can be an example for the world of what is possible when we shed the patriarchy, right? And we embrace regenerative systems and matrifocal ways of being, right? That prioritize alignment physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, sexually, communally, respectfully. So let me know if you want to co-create in that vision. And the first step is really joining the Revive community and building together, co-creating as we move forward, of learning and practicing and embodying and co-creating together. So I am grateful, and I am signing off. Love, wholeness, liberation. Yes, Maddie, liberation. Planetary love, healing, liberation, and elevation. Oh, yes. Ready for some good food. Peace, y'all. Love.